when you get into war, all right, it is the movable asset that basically, makes the transition from one to another. Other things, anything that's tangible does. Real estate. Even if you look at the 1920s and the hyperinflation of Germany, which also hit Hungary and other countries too. But what survived? Basically, land. When they had to come up with a new currency in 1925, it was backed by real estate. Art, anything tangible other than the currency. So this is why you've seen real estate booming in a lot of places. Here in Florida, I mean, the traffic has doubled in the last 8 years that I've been here. And the real estate agents I know around here say houses that are 1 to 5 million, people just pay cash. Not mortgages. They're just parking money, right. Getting it out of the banks or whatever. And, Florida is, my computer had said it would be, the best state. So I moved here in 2016. And everybody said, really? I said, computers picked Florida. DeSantis is just now signed in that gold and silver are to be legal tender in Florida. First state. The only sign I ever saw for Hillary down here was Hillary for prison. That was it. You have a constitution that prohibits an income tax. That's important because you can change legislation, but to change a constitution requires a hell of a lot more work and votes. Plus, you have a lot of retired people that moved here. As you get older, I mean, they always say, I have a cousin who was up there in New York and he had emphysema and stuff. And he moved down here because I did. And then he says, I can walk. It's amazing. I said, I told you, warmer weather is better for you than this freezing cold up north. It's just the way it is. A lot of people, and that have problems like that, the doctor recommends moving to a warmer climate. So, I mean, it's these things are systemic throughout history. I mean, this is what you're really looking at. This is the role of gold. And it will rise much further as war unfolds. We have probably more institutional clients than I think everybody else even combined. I can tell you most of our institutional clients in Europe, they listen. They've been moving their gold out of London and Switzerland. They're moving it to New York. Some of it going off to Singapore. Why? Because they hear the news all the time, talk shows, war. And when they go into war, what do they do? They immediately slap on capital controls. You can look, they shut down all the stock markets in World War I. Most people don't realize, but the world was much more connected in 1914 than it is today. The same stock would trade and bond would trade on the St. Petersburg exchange in Russia, in Europe, and in New York. So they shut down the exchanges because they didn't want people selling and then taking the money out of the country.
Right.
So you have to understand, capital controls are part of it.